From the WHIO Broadcast Center in high definition, this is News Center 7.
Good afternoon, I'm Letitia Perry. It's been almost a week now since 8 family members were shot to death. Their bodies were found at 4 murder scenes in Pike County. That's about 100 miles southeast of Dayton. Today, grief-stricken family and friends are gathering for the first funeral. News Center 7's Mike Campbell joins us live outside of where it's being held. He just spoke with the father of the man being laid to rest. Mike?
We are in South Shore, Kentucky for the funeral of Gary Roden. It is happening right now, just underway in the funeral home behind me. Now, he was visiting some Ohio relatives at the time of the murder, but he is being laid to rest here in his native Kentucky. Now, 38-year-old Gary Roden is a cousin of Chris Roden Sr. and Kenneth Roden. He's the first of 8 victims to be memorialized and will be interred in a cemetery in this small town along the Ohio River. Other victims' funerals will be scheduled in the days ahead, but there's not any real comforting news so far about the investigation. Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine said Wednesday he expected it to be a lengthy investigation. BCI agents are following 300 different leads that they've received, and they've interviewed somewhere between 60 and 100 people. But DeWine says they're not narrowing down their avenues of pursuit at this point. He characterized the killings as cold-blooded, pre-planned, and ruthless. Knowing that his son was shot in the head has left Gary Roden's father almost speechless.
My nephew was laying one way, and Gary was laying over his legs. Shot 3 times in the head. Gary. Where's the rest of them, I don't know about shooting.
And you are now looking live at the parking lot there, the funeral home, as the deputies, sheriff's deputies, state patrol officers, and other police officers prepare for a parade out of here to head to the cemetery once the service is over. We will stay here and bring you the news about how the Roden family is processing their pain, trying to deal with coming to grips with this terrible set of crimes. Reporting live, Mike Campbell, News Center 7.
Mike, thank you. The community is planning a vigil for this Friday. It's at 8 p.m. at the Piketon High School practice football field. Here is what we know so far about the Roden family homicides. On Friday, investigators found 8 family members shot execution style in Pike County at 4 murder scenes. Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine says marijuana grow operations were found at 3 of those crime scenes. DeWine toured all 4 crime scenes yesterday to get a better understanding of the case. Earlier this week, a preliminary coroner's report was released, and it shows some of the victims may have been beaten before they were shot to death. The Pike County Sheriff says there are now 10 times the number of deputies on the roads there in Pike County. We'll, of course, continue to follow the latest developments on this case, but as always, you can head to our website for updates, WHIO.com. It's cloudy right now, but more rain is on the way. Storm Center 7 meteorologist McCall Vrydax joins us now with what she's tracking.
Well, we are dry for the moment. We did see some showers that we're working through this morning, even a few rumbles of thunder. But as we head into the afternoon, we're going to be watching possibility for some more thunderstorms to develop. So here's what I'm watching. The amount of sunshine that we can see today, that will give us some instability for storms to fire off within. The timing of the storms look to arrive during the peak heating of the day, which is where we see typically stronger storms developing. And then we're also watching an area of low pressure. That's going to be the driver of these thunderstorms and where that area of low pressure will track as we head into the afternoon. So taking you through it, you can see there are some breaks in the clouds. Remember, we touched upon whether we get the sunshine to help us destabilize today. You see the rotation on satellite and radar up towards Iowa. That's the area of low pressure that's going to be diving to the south and east, and it's going to be working very close here to the Miami Valley, and that brings some spin to the environment. And then as far as how we're warming up, already at 58 degrees here in the Dayton area, we could see these numbers near 70 today. Again, all those ingredients could lead to some stronger thunderstorms. I'll track it on future casts coming up in just a little bit.
We were camping in the woods, and he escaped the tent when we were sleeping, and he was gone for a couple days, and some kids got a hold of him and messed him up real bad.
That is the story a woman gave dispatchers when she called to report a 5-year-old boy was badly beaten. But police say they're not buying it. That woman, along with 2 others, were arrested at a hotel in Middletown after police found 2 children badly beaten. News Center 7's Andy Sedlak joins us live now with what police believe really happened.
Yeah, Letitia, this began when police were called to the Parkway Inn that you see right behind me. It's on North Verity Parkway here in the city of Middletown. More specifically, they were called to room 130. They were told that a boy wandered away, got lost in the woods, and was found beaten. Police do believe that was a lie, and these children were hurt because they were being punished. Now, these are the women who were arrested. Teresa Hawkins Stevens is in the middle. She is the mother of the kids. When police got to the hotel, they found a 5- and a 6-year-old, both beaten head to toe. Police say these women wrapped them up in a sheet and then beat them. The women themselves, they are from Licking County. That's in central Ohio. They came here because they couldn't find work. They camped out near the Great Miami River. That is where police say the abuse took place. They later moved to that hotel room with a voucher from a local church. It's unclear how the children are doing at this hour. They're at 2 different hospitals in Cincinnati, but police say the sheer brutality involved here cannot be overstated.
This was a horrific event. It's the worst that I've seen in my career. It's the worst that anybody on the scene has seen. It's affected the officers quite deeply. It's affected the squad deeply. We called out some police chaplains last night. They talked to the fire personnel that were on the scene. We'll be having a debriefing with the police officers that were on the scene. They're, quite frankly, some of them were in tears last night.
Well, all 3 of these women will be charged with 2 counts of felonious assault and 2 counts of child endangering. Those are felony charges. They are due in court right here in Middletown tomorrow morning. For now, we are live in Middletown. Andy Sedlak, News Center 7.
We have some breaking news to get to. Second National Bank branches are temporarily closed while officers investigate a threat that was made to bank employees over the phone. The bank has locations in Arcanum, Greenville, Versailles, Salina, and Fort Recovery. In a statement, the bank says that the security of our clients and associates is our top priority. A Dayton man who beat his former girlfriend, killing their unborn child, will be sentenced today. Tanner Hopkins attacked Shay Taylor in December of 2014 after she refused to get an abortion. Hopkins beat and kicked Taylor, causing her to lose their unborn child. Taylor was 7 months pregnant at the time. Hopkins faces 15 years to life when he's sentenced this afternoon. The Butler County teenager accused of shooting 2 classmates in his high school cafeteria will be in court this afternoon. A grand jury indicted 15-year-old Austin Hancock on 4 counts of attempted murder. Prosecutors and the defense attorneys initially expected this to end with a plea. 2 students were shot, 2 others hurt in the February shooting west of Middletown. A van crashes into 2 Springfield businesses this morning. A fire erupts and destroys those shops. News Center 7's Allison Witchey is live in our Springfield bureau with why police suspect this may have been an intentional crash, and she has reaction from those businesses. Allison.
Well, Letitia, luckily no one died in the crash on South Limestone, just up the street from our bureau here in Springfield. But a driver from the van fled the scene, and now police are investigating who that was behind the wheel. The crash happened just after 3 a.m. this morning. The charred remains of a van pulled from the rubble. That car caused all this damage. Fire officials tell us no one was inside of that van when they removed it, and no one in the burned buildings. But investigators are collecting surveillance video from local businesses to see what happened before the van went through the shops. Stephen McCoy works at the Metro PCS store that was destroyed. He says it was a shocking scene.
On the way up here, he called me back. I was like, Steve, the store's on fire. And I live right down the street on Fountain, and came up Fountain and got to John Street, and you could just see the flames and the smoke and everything. It was just engulfed.
Fire officials tell us the surveillance video they collect will be key in piecing together this case.
It absolutely is a great investigative tool. That's one of the very first things I look for when I go on any arson type investigation.
He says Springfield police are handling the case from here. And I talked to Springfield police on the scene this morning. They say right now it's too early to tell if this crash was intentional. But coming up tonight on News Center 7, beginning at 5, we'll show you some surveillance video that catches that van speeding into the building. For now, live in the Springfield Bureau, Allison Witchey, News Center 7.
Allison, we'll see you at 5. Thank you. A motorcyclist was taken to the hospital by Care Flight after crashing in Clark County. Troopers spotted the motorcycle going at least 100 miles per hour. The trooper tried to catch up to the biker but could not. Troopers say it appears the motorcyclist ramped over the lane from northbound US 68 to westbound I-70 and landed in the culvert. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Why was he on the highway? That's what Moraine police are trying to piece together this afternoon after a man who was walking in the right lane of I-75 was hit and killed this morning. News Center 7's John Bedell is live with new details on a story we first brought you this morning on News Center 7's Daybreak. John.
Letitia, this man, according to police and a witness, was hit right here, just feet from where we're standing on 75. Across the way on the southbound side of the highway, you can see the sign for exit 50B. That's for Springboro Pike here through Moraine. We were told he was standing right there when he was hit. Moraine police told me an hour ago they do know who this man is. They say he's from the Dayton area, but right now, police department and the coroner's office are not releasing his name because they're working to get a hold of his family. I want to show you some video that we shot earlier when this was a more active scene. 911 calls started coming in about 12:30 this morning saying there was a man dressed in dark clothing walking in the right lane of traffic on the highway in this area in a downpour. Before police could get here, they told me, and get that man off the highway, he was hit. A semi-truck hit him first, and then a car following behind that truck hit him as well. Police told me they did not find any disabled cars here. They believe this man was just walking on I-75. That driver told WHIO this morning he does not understand why this happened, and Moraine police told me they are now working to piece this all together.
I'm just still pretty shaken up about it. I just can't believe this happened. It's a cold, rainy night, and why would someone wear all black in the middle of the road and to get hit? I don't understand that. I feel so bad for the guy. It's just awful.
I'm just trying to figure out this whole, now that we know who he is, what was he doing, and where was he coming from, and why was he up there, and hopefully we'll find some answers for the family.
And of course, we'll stay in touch with investigators and let you know when we learn who this man was. In the meantime, I've also requested the 911 calls made by several drivers through this area reporting that. When we obtain them here at WHIO this afternoon, we'll listen to them and bring you any new information we learn from them this afternoon starting at 5 here on Channel 7 and also on our WHIO News app. For now, though, we're live along 75 in Moraine. I'm John Bedell, News Center 7.
John, thank you. The former lodge at Mad River Mountain burns to the ground. Coming up, a sneak peek at what the new lodge will look like and when it will open. Students not in school. Why one school district decided to close their high school today.
Whether you're looking for your first home, your family home, or your second home, the local experts at RE/MAX can help you from start to sold.
When severe weather strikes, Storm Center 7 brings you more than just the data. Now, Chief Meteorologist Eric Elwell takes you behind the radar to show you the technology, experience, and people that all go into tracking a storm. Today, beginning at 5.
My parents have no idea that I use heroin. If I'm tired all the time or isolating myself, I'm just being a typical kid. I hide my drugs in my room because my parents would never invade my privacy. They haven't noticed the weight loss or the missing money from their wallets, but they're going to notice this.
If you or a loved one is suffering from heroin addiction, help is available. Contact the Montgomery County Drug-Free Coalition today. Together, we can stop this epidemic.
I feel like he's emotionally unavailable.
Sir Perzelot says it's because he's all choked up.
But our relationship?
He says the litter box is too dusty. He's a desert animal, but that doesn't mean he likes dust storms. You guys should switch to Cat's Pride Fresh and Light Ultimate Care.
Cats are complicated. Great litter is simple. Look for Fresh and Light Ultimate Care in the green jug, the best performing lightweight litter.
I feel like we really cleared the air. So what do you think of my new boyfriend? What'd he say?
It's really too obscene for me to repeat.
My purpose is to help you. There are many advantages to pre-planning your funeral at Tobias, but the greatest of those reasons is the peace of mind that it provides you and your family, that your wishes are known.
NASA astronaut Captain Scott Kelly talks about his year in space. Tuesday, May 24th at 8 p.m. at the Schuster Center. Join me, Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Eric Elwell, for a fascinating evening with a man who has set the record for a total number of accumulated days in space. What he learned on his latest historic mission and how it has furthered science and space exploration for generations to come.
Get your tickets now at TicketCenterStage.com or call 937-228-3630.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer.
For all your lawn and garden needs, visit Compton Power Equipment in Springfield today.
Keeping your natural gas service safe and reliable can be a messy job, and you'll likely see even more of Vectren as we continue with the next phase of our $200 million pipeline improvement plan. With numerous upgrades to our pipeline system, it may feel like we are around every corner. Before you start your day, visit our online project map to see if work is scheduled to take place in your neighborhood. And please drive safely around our company and partner crews. Learn more at vectren.com/pipeline replacement.
This segment is brought to you by Reed Health, right beside you.
Springboro High School is closed today after a bomb threat that sent students home yesterday. Someone wrote the threat on the bathroom wall. Students were evacuated yesterday while investigators searched the school buildings. Today, except for the high school, all of the district's other buildings are open. Police don't know yet who left that threat. Mad River Mountain unveils renderings of the new lodge after a September fire damages the former one. The $6.5 million lodge will be nearly twice the size of the building it replaces. The two-story building will have enough seating for more than 1,000 skiers and snowboarders. It's expected to open for the 2016-2017 winter season. Today, former House Speaker John Boehner weighs in on the race to the White House. Brittany Otto joins us live now from our radio studios with that story and what else they're working on. Brittany.
That's right, Letitia. Things are really heating up today in the race for the White House. Even former House Speaker John Boehner, who's been fairly quiet since his retirement last year, getting in on the action. The famously blunt Ohio Republican not mincing words when it comes to candidate Ted Cruz, reportedly calling the Texas senator Lucifer in the flesh. And he didn't stop there. Boehner also reportedly told a crowd at Stanford University, referring to Cruz, that he has never worked with a more miserable son of a bee. The former speaker did reportedly add that he is texting buddies with Donald Trump and that he loves Ohio Governor John Kasich. Cruz firing back on Twitter, taking the opportunity to paint Trump as someone who wouldn't stand up to Washington, citing the GOP frontrunner's relationship with Boehner. I'm Brittany Otto, AM 1290 and News 95.7 WHIO.
Right now, Wall Street numbers down almost 28 points at 18,013, and the price of crude oil at last check was down 2 cents at $45.31 a barrel.
Well, we started out this morning with some showers working through the area, even a few thunderstorms. Right now, still holding on to the clouds here in the Dayton area, but we are starting to see them brightening up back to our west as we look out towards the Richmond area. You will see that cloud cover is thinning a little bit here, and that's going to play a major role in the possibility for some thunderstorm activity later today. Do we see more sunshine? Sunshine helps to destabilize the environment, along with an area of low pressure that's going to be sneaking on in. Well, we could see some storms redeveloping this afternoon. But let's look at your temperatures right now. It is a upper 50 temperature up in Springfield. We're at 58 in Fairborn, 55 in Huber Heights, 54 in Xenia, and 56 in Piqua. Average high should get into the middle 60s, and I suspect that we are going to get into the mid to upper 60s, with some of us pushing 70 for this afternoon. So we'll also have the warm temperatures and the moisture that will help to feed the chances for storms as well. Where the warmer areas will be building in from the south, that will also be the best locations that we could see possibly some stronger thunderstorms later today. Live Doppler 7 HD, we are quiet for the moment. The showers we saw this morning pulling off to the east. You did see in the cloud cover there in the last couple of frames, it's starting to fill back in here, and that's because we have the moisture in the ground, and that helps to feed a low cloud cover out there. But back to our west, we do see some breaks there, so that's going to be something we certainly watch as we head into the afternoon. We're also keeping a close eye on an area of low pressure. You can see the spin here on satellite and radar. This low is going to be pulling out of Iowa into Illinois, and it's really going to track to our south and west. But it's close enough here that it brings a bit of spin to our area, and we'll see how that plays into those thunderstorms firing off this afternoon. And I do expect we are going to see some isolated activity that will be moving on in. So here's 1 o'clock this afternoon. It looks very much like our satellite picture looks right now. We have lots of cloud cover out there. But watch by 2:30, getting some breaks in the clouds here. And Futurecast is telling us keep an eye on that southwestern part of the Miami Valley. We start to get a few isolated cells here, bringing some heavier rain. Could get some thunder and lightning, and if they get strong enough and those storms build high enough into the environment, could see some hail trying to develop as well and some gustier winds. Here's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see those isolated showers and thunderstorms, and the strongest ones do stay south of I-70. We keep the activity in here as long as we have daylight hours, but once we get past sunset, here's 9 o'clock. The sun goes down at 8:30. The chances for those showers and storms will diminish. So our threats for today, we're keeping a low to moderate threat here for some wind and hail damage. Again, it would be very isolated in nature. Keeping a close eye on the threat for tornadic activity with that low pressure moving on in. Again, it does bring some spin out there. 71 degrees for today. It will be a warm day here in the Dayton area, cooler across the north, and maybe even get a little bit warmer as you get down towards Butler, Warren, and Clinton County. Tonight, we will hold in those 50s. Actually, we get down to about 50 or 48 degrees, should I say. That was a little bit of a mistake. 64 for tomorrow. We do get the sunshine to break through some clouds. And then this weekend, it does look active both days, but right now, Saturday morning might be the best chance if you have any outdoor activities to take care of. It will be Saturday night into Sunday that will track some showers and thunderstorms, and then we'll dry things back out into your Monday with highs in the middle 60s.
Travelers feeling more satisfied these days. Next, the airlines that fly out of Dayton that rank high with customers.
When severe weather strikes, Storm Center 7 brings you more than just the data.
Lewisburg within 6 minutes. Go ahead and get to your safe place right now.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Eric Elwell takes you behind the radar.
We do have another funnel cloud being reported
to show you the technology, experience, and people that all go into tracking a storm.
This is actually right overhead of our Canham, and you can see that on Live Doppler 7 HD.
Keeping you informed, keeping you safe. Behind the radar. Today, beginning at 5 on News Center 7.
Chevrolet, always giving you more with these sign and drive leases. 2016 Cruise LS, sign and drive lease for $159 per month, or drive the all-new 2016 Malibu LT, sign and drive lease for $229 per month. Medley Chevrolet, putting value on the road since 1955.
Since 1954, Schaefer & Company has worked with homeowners to add value and beauty to their homes that meet their needs and budget. Schaefer & Company offers quality products and reliable service that you can depend on. For the kitchen or bath of your dreams, call Schaefer & Company today.
Motorcycles are complicated. If you ride, you probably know a lot about your bike.
But when it comes to your accident case, there's a lot you may not know. For over 25 years, my law firm has protected the rights of motorcycle riders. If you get injured, don't fight the insurance company on your own. Let us fight for you. At Dyer, Groffleman & Schultz, we know the motorcycle laws as well as you know your bike. Call 1-800-INJURED and get the Tiger on your side.
Need a vehicle but have credit problems? Don't wait to get a car. At Jeff Schmidt, you're approved.
Airline customers are more satisfied these days. The 2016 travel report by the American Customer Satisfaction Index says the jumps in the ratings are due in part to newer planes, more onboard entertainment, and more free snacks. American, JetBlue, and Southwest made the biggest gains. American is the parent company to Dayton-based PSA Airlines. What's coming up today on News Center 7 at 5 is next.
Serious lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
One show and one puzzle.
Phrase is the category.
Leads to a life-changing moment.
Wheel of Fortune tonight at 7 on Channel 7.
Test it out. 0 for 72 and 1,000 cash back. Only at Boathouse in Fort Lincoln.
Have you been treating your heartburn with over-the-counter medications for years? Did you know that long-term acid reflux can lead to esophageal cancer? Come see us. Call a digestive specialist. We'll keep you healthy.
All across America, families are coming back to Time Warner Cable for a whole new experience.
We came back for internet speeds so fast, even the kids are impressed. Oh, she's impressed.
We're catching up on movies and shows on demand just as fast as we can watch them.
TWC's home Wi-Fi is so strong, we can use all our devices at the same time.
Come back today. You'll get 30 meg internet, TV, phone, and more for $89.99 a month. And ask how you could get a $300 reward card. Call now.
Hi, I'm Sally Taylor for Jim Taylor's Troy Ford. Looking for a new or pre-owned Ford? Shop TroyFord.com for great deals. Shop from home, work, or your smartphone. And check out TroyFord.com to apply for credit. TroyFord.com is the home of that tailor-made deal.
NASA astronaut Captain Scott Kelly talks about his year in space. Tuesday, May 24th at 8 p.m. at the Schuster Center. Join me, Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Eric Elwell, for a fascinating evening with a man who has set the record for a total number of accumulated days in space. What he learned on his latest historic mission and how it has furthered science and space exploration for generations to come.
Get your tickets now at TicketCenterStage.com or call 937-228-3630.
No gimmicks, just great deals at WalkerToyota.com.
Italians are generous, especially when it comes to toppings. Get any Marco's loaded specialty pizza for just $12.99 at Marcos.com.
0% for 72 months or up to $5,000 in discounts at Interstate Ford.
Our Mariah exclusive with the diva on her European tour. Plus, we're with the sexy stars of Baywatch. Next ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 7.
Our News Center 7 reporters and bureaus are in your communities right now, working on stories we'll bring you new at 5. Cheryl McHenry joins us live now with more on that.
Thank you, Letitia. Our coverage continues from Pike County today. Mike Campbell reported earlier from the first funeral being held for one of the 8 family members killed, execution style. We'll have much more of our conversation with the father of this man, Gary Roden, who was laid to rest today. Also, we're with a local sheriff's office that's sending 10 deputies to those crime scenes. We'll tell you what they're doing to help investigators. Then,
we're having an active severe weather season already this spring with several more months to go. Go behind the radar with me, Chief Meteorologist Eric Elwell, today on News Center 7 beginning at 5.
We'll see you then, Eric, so make sure you join us for those developing stories and much more, ladies.
All right.
Well, we are going to watch the chances for some thunderstorms today that will be firing off into the afternoon. Very isolated, but some of them could be strong.
All right. We've got all of the updates on all of the stories on our WHIO News app. We'll see you at 5.